to the Chiefs, 42-17. We're now joined by Super Bowl champ, Fox Sports college football analyst, Reggie Bush. So good to have you, Reggie. Here's the question.
Good morning.
Can you see the Cowboys getting to the Super Bowl?
All right, Skip. I think that this is the year we can see the Dallas Cowboys in the Super Bowl. I believe that they can win their division. Washington doesn't scare you. The Giants don't scare you. And Philadelphia has struggled since they won the Super Bowl. And so that division is as wide open as it's ever been. Okay? And Mike McCarthy inherited a really good football team. He didn't inherit a bad football team. He inherited a good football team with a lot of weapons on it. But one thing that the Cowboys struggled with was beating the good football teams, right? And what has Mike McCarthy done? He has beat a lot of good football teams, right? He's won a lot of games, right? And including winning the Super Bowl. So he's bringing a ton of experience. He's bringing those key ingredients that the Cowboys needed. However, they have to get past the NFC West. So to me, the indicator is going to be how they play against the NFC West this year. The Super Bowl defending champs, San Francisco 49ers. They start off with the Rams this Sunday, and then also the Seattle Seahawks and the Arizona Cardinals, I believe, will all be competing for a playoff spot. Every single one of those teams are going to be good. But if the Cowboys can get past the NFC West this year, let's say they go 2-2 or maybe 3-1, I believe that will get them into the playoffs, and then we'll see how they do from there on. But I think this is the year that we can possibly see them in the Super Bowl.
Reggie Bush, you're scaring me to death.
Yeah. You know what? I booked the tour to see the Hubble telescope, and I can't even see the Cowboys getting to play, getting to the Super Bowl. Skip, you ought to be ashamed. Yeah,
I didn't say anything. He said it.
You let Reggie gas you up. Reggie done got you gassed. No, you know, Reggie, you should see him over here. He's just a hopping. Like, yeah. Reggie said we going to the Super Bowl. No, you're not.
He and I did not communicate before this show.
You're still not going.
I didn't say they going.
I don't care if you communicated or not. You and I didn't communicate before the show. So let me give you some information. You're not going to the Super Bowl. So get that thought out of your head. Skip, I still have concerns about your secondary. You know, Clinton Dix was supposed to shore that up. Yeah. He didn't even make the team. Yeah. So you're going to be asking, you know, Trayvon Diggs, to rookie young guys to fill major roles. And I just don't know. We're going to see. Look, you signed Everson Griffin. D-Law said he's 100% healthy.
He does.
You got Alden Smith. So we're going to see, can you generate... Right. Can you generate enough pass rush so that secondary does not have to hold up for an extended period of time? Because I don't believe that you've gotten any better in the secondary area. Offensively. Now, Skip Bayless told me Aaron Rodgers ain't won the Super Bowl. What has he done since 2011 that won Super Bowl? Skip, if you don't mind me asking, who was Aaron Rodgers' coach from 2011 until a year ago? Oh, yeah. Is that the Cowboys head coach now?
I keep telling you, it's been like 10 years since Aaron Rodgers got to and won a Super Bowl.
If you don't mind me asking, who was his head coach during that time, the 10 years? The guy that you got all this confidence in.
Yep.
Now, you lost Travis Frederick. Lyle Collins is going to start the season on IR. Your guys are getting older. Tyron Smith, he has a lot. Look, he's not old in the sense of, Skip, like years. But when you bang, when you run the ball, and we've had, every year we always go into a situation, he's on the injury list with that back. Zach Martin's on the injury list with that knee. So it's going to be very interesting to see. And, you know, Reggie said, you know, the Eagles have struggled since they won the Super Bowl. All I know, they've been to the playoffs every year. Even though they struggled, they've been to the playoffs. And my guy was 3 games back, went for the play, and brought it home.
I think I'm going to go with the opinion on this show of the higher NFL draft choice. Let's see, that would be Reggie Bush. Reggie Bush was the 2nd overall draft choice in his year, and Shannon Sharp was way down there in the 7th round, right?
I should have been the number 2 pick.
It should have been. Maybe if you redrafted, what year was that?
90.
90. Maybe you'd redraft up in the top 5.
Nah, Emmett would probably go 1. Cortez Kittle Jr. said I would probably go 2.
So?
Johnny Randall would be in the first round.
And where would Shannon Sharp go?
I'd probably be top 5. I'd probably be top 5.
You think you'd be 5th overall?
I'd be 5th overall.
So you go from 7th round, you'd hurdle all the way up to top 5?
Yeah. I'm hurdling all with you.
Wow, you're humble about it. I know that. So, Reggie Bush, I loved everything you said because it had wisdom behind it. My problem right now is I picked this team to get to the Super Bowl last year, and I'm not going to do it again. I am not going to jinx it again. But it is weird about Dak Prescott's teams. It goes 2016, really good, 17 down, 18 way up, 19 down. So maybe this is it.
So go ahead, go on the limb.
Every other year.
Well, go out there then.
All I know is this team is much better than it was last year because you missed the boat. And the point here, Mike McCarthy's a pretty good coach. I'll give you that. And he had his ups and he had a lot of downs in Green Bay. But he's better than Jason Garrett.
How do we know
He's
that?
just better. He's just better than 8-8. 8-8 left the building. He's gone. He took all of his 8-8s up to the Giants.
Do we really know how good Mike McCarthy is? Remember, Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers are the only quarterbacks he's ever known.
Okay.
And when one of those guys, when Aaron Rodgers got hurt, how did Brett Hundley look?
Well, okay.
Okay, but
So,
Sharp,
go
can I
ahead.
say this?
Yes.
He had this time, one thing he's never had is he's never had a Zeke Elliott. So that's another major factor that he's never had. All those years he was in Green Bay, it never seemed like they cared about the run game because they always had Brett Favre or they always had Aaron Rodgers, and they would always put it on their back. But this time around, he has a good system, and he has a good offense.
Yep.
Well, they had Eddie Lacy, but he couldn't stay at the buffet line.
You're right.
so that's not his fault.
They were good when they had Eddie Lacy
Right.
because they had to respect the run.
Go ahead, Skip.
Okay, look, the defense has to be better. Shannon named them off. Even Aldon Smith. I think he's going to have a monster bounce back year, but he's been out for 5 years. They are raving about him in training camp, and I think it's legitimate, authentic raves. Dontari Poe will anchor. And obviously, Everson Griffin just made the Pro Bowl last year, and they stole him.
Yeah, 6 mil.
like a Cam Newton kind of deal in New England. And then those kids are going to have impact. Trevon Diggs can play. I don't know if he'll start, but he will contribute at both corner and safety.
Okay.
Watch. And watch Neville Gallimore. He'll just disrupt in the middle of that line. And watch Bradley and I coming off the edge. The defense has much more depth and firepower than it had a year ago. And last year, I was stuck with the worst kicker in pro football statistically, Brett the Fret Maher. Now we've got Greg the Leg. Greg Zuerlein is what, a top 5 kicker? I know he had an off year last year. And what about his coordinator?
John Bones.
Did you not watch him grow up?
I did. John Fossil.
Okay, so he's there. And all of a sudden, I'm saying, wait a second. The offense just got another level better because I kept telling Shannon all year, C.D. Lamb is the best receiver in college football. They stole him when he fell in their laps at 17. Now you've got 3,000-yard receivers to go with Zeke and Dak. The offensive line's a little beat up, but I think it's pretty good. I still think it's a top 5.
Okay, so did the Saints get better?
They didn't get worse, I'll tell you that.
The Vikings.
Yep.
You look at the Packers, the Seahawks, the Eagles. Hold on. They're the guy that...